little different with me not at home.
Yeah.
In a different place. Yeah, you really all are up in that freaking camera, man.
Oh.
Oh, you got some boogers hanging out there. I'm just kidding.
That made my nose
Oh,
itch when you said that. Damn it. Let's see.
Man. I'm trying to give people a speaker. It's being funky, though. It'd be like that sometimes.
Shit happens.
It do be like that.
All right, let me go look. See if we got. I think we're live. We'll see.
Yeah, pull up Rumble and find out. Following. Yeah, we're live. We is live.
So we're good on Rumble, I think.
Yep.
See the woot woot,
Yeah.
but I'm not seeing us. It ain't sure.
Well, I see us.
Not us.
Yeah, we're good.
Twitch. And are we good on the tube?
Let's see.
We are good on the
Trying
tube.
to throw microphones. That they're some like I'm approving requests and it doesn't seem like approving request is working. So I'm just throwing microphones to a few people.
It's the
so
YouTube.
Hopefully microphones are coming through.
The YouTube's trying to verify my age. Shut it. I literally sent them.
It must be because of Sunday.
No, I literally sent them a selfie and a picture of my government ID. Like,
jeez.
Are they that retarded?
Probably.
Yes.
Oh, it's a fake ID.
No, they had me take a picture of the front and the back and everything. And I swear I do not look under 18. I promise you that.
No,
Dang, I'd never been asked that.
Maybe over 40, but yeah.
That's a compliment, right? You don't look old.
I'm not 40.
He's not in his 40s.
I'm not even in my 40s.
Oh, well, even better, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if that's better.
I'm trying really hard to get these microphones out, guys, but it's being really funky.
Sorry, I'm fixing my chair right now.
The chair that I'm in doesn't have armrests, and it's really bothering me.
What kind of chair doesn't have armrests?
I don't know.
Retarded chair.
Yeah, it's my brother's weird ass office chair.
I mean, I'm sitting in a chair right now that's at least 150 years old, and at least it has armrests.
Yeah, no, this has no armrests, and it's gonna make me crazy because I normally
even my cane that has a chair has an armrest.
Make you crazy? You're already crazy.
Okay, make me crazier.
That's possible.
That won't take long.
See.
All right, AP, I've tried to give you the microphone so many times. Take it, AP.
We got to try and be a
Come
little
on, Angry Bear.
happy with all the shit going on. Right?
Come on, AP.
Right, bring on the Angry Bear.
Oh,
AP,
man.
listen to your mother, Jinx.
Whoa, no.
Anyways. What we doing? Fuck.
Civil War, huh?
Yeah, so we planned. Well, that was Jinx. My Rumble title, I think, is better. It is, in my opinion.
I'm gonna have to go look.
Fine.
What is it?
I'll change it.
No, I'm just saying. It's just.
No, I'm gonna fucking change it.
Such a little bitch sometimes, isn't he?
Well, no, it's like, this is actually asking the question. But I mean, Civil War, yeah, I guess it is the question. But the question I want to talk about is something else. But we got to do the intro. I always got to do the intro on Wednesdays.
Yes.
Oh, well.
Welcome to Thunderdome.
That's not how we start this.
Oh. So we got a merch store. We're live on Rumble, Twitch, YouTube, X on my account this time around because Jinx is not home. Is,
Why aren't you home?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm down
Most
in
traveled
Portland.
holiday in the year, and why is she not home?
Yeah, no, I spent 4 hours driving to Portland this morning.
Oh.
Damn,
Ew,
cart, calm
Portland?
down.
Jeez, I hope you have an armored car.
Yeah,
So
well,
now you're
thankfully
getting
I'm not
closer to
actually in the
me.
city. I'm not actually in the city.
You're close enough, like suburbs, where the people that actually make it nice live, but yeah.
I'm at,
Yeah.
I'm
You
at the
start
end of the
getting close
Oregon
to
Trail.
Ashland.
I'm at the
You're
end
an
of the Oregon Trail.
Ashland.
Yes, they died of dysentery.
Just
Let
stay
me-
away from Clement Falls.
I mean, I'm literally at the end of the Oregon Trail. Literally.
Oh,
Right
nice.
at the end.
Let me finish the intro. Thank you.
Okay, sorry.
You're killing me because I can't mute the space when I have it popped out. But anyways, yeah, we're live on all that shit. Got a merch store. It's good merch, and we put some stuff up last night, or Jinx did, and funny. It's the guy that got arrested for the meme with his mugshot on the front and the meme on the back.
Oh,
Yep, and we're gonna wear it to his court case.
hell yeah.
So if y'all want one, they're up there. They're $4 cost plus a penny because the $4 cost was $16.66, and I was not okay with that. So
Yeah, we'll make a
Yeah.
penny on every single shirt you buy.
I wonder why.
He's
Oh, you're
not
right.
superstitious at all.
Nope. I don't know what you're talking about.
But it has a 1, so it kind of deletes it.
Yeah, kinda. It also has a dot in between them. I don't even know what happened in 1666. But anyways,
Couldn't tell you.
yep, check out the merch store. There will be an update going out for my little app that lets you dig through a shit ton of unsearchable files and makes it where they're searchable. There will be an update coming to that very soon. It works right now. I'm just doing an update to make it better.
I'm surprised Elon hasn't bought it and integrated it into Grok.
Yeah. I have a feeling somebody's going to end up actually seeing it and then just buying it out. That's probably what's going to end up happening because it seems like I can't get traction on it. People to actually fucking use it. I just want somebody to use it.
Right.
Like, there's somebody right here. I don't know if y'all are watching the stream. I'm hovering over this somebody that said she was going to use it a bunch of times and hasn't.
I'll let the call out. He's not going to let that go until you do it too.
I know. I think she would learn.
Just terrible.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, now that we have our title fixed, the intro's done. Title's fixed. That is the first thing I want to talk about, obviously. National
Yeah,
Guard being shot in D.C. So let's go with that, right? I know why. I don't agree with it, but I know why there were National Guard there not armed.
Yeah.
Well, so
So-
I'm reading that these particular guardsmen were
Some.
Yeah, because they said he stole her weapon, didn't he?
Yeah.
took her service weapon. Yeah.
Some were armed, and
Yeah.
but others weren't. There's a reason
Yeah.
for that. That reason would be
It's like, so you got a guy there that doesn't have a gun, right? Like the diplomatic guy.
well, no. So the reason that National Guard aren't armed normally, from what I've heard, I haven't verified this. This is just what I've heard rumors. I mean, there's a lot of news coming out, but like the ones that were armed are actually like law enforcement or in their daily lives, civilian lives.
Oh.
So they actually had the authority to arrest, whereas the ones that don't have any guns. Right.
That's ridiculous.
Well, it stems from that little college, we'll call it a protest, where the National Guard were armed and then they opened fire on the crowd because I don't remember the whole story. I mean, it was before
That was in the
I was
60s. I
born.
They
remember
threw
hearing.
rocks at the guards and then they opened fired.
Yeah. So Ever
We had
since
a lot of
then,
different.
well, ever since then they've been disarmed, right?
Yep.
Which is stupid.
I think we need to rethink that because we definitely don't have the same guard we did back then either.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like Trump couldn't just say arm them. I don't think there's a law that says they can't be armed. It's just.
I think he'd have to like activate like the Insurrection Act and do
I'm
some
pretty
things.
sure
but
it's
he
just an
could.
executive order keeping them from being armed.
I think it was
Is it?
signed in 1983.
I just hope that after this incident, that when they deploy the 500 more National Guards, that they're gonna have them armed this time.
Good. Well, you said
hope so. I
83,
hope they're
so
armed.
that was what? Carter?
Oh, it is law. It's a Posse Comitatus Act. Yeah. So that needs to go the hell away.
Good luck getting Congress to do any fucking thing.
Yeah. That needs to go the hell away.
Yep.
Hey, just so you guys know, our purple pill is broken. So in the Jumbotron says repost space. If you get to that, you can get to my post with the space, and then you can just repost that.
It's also pinned on my profile.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
That way. Because Sippy started it in the browser, and so the purple pill automatically breaks.
Not every time. The last time I started in the browser and it didn't break.
Well, X is finicky. It has a mind of its own.
It's retarded.
Yes, it is.
There's always issues on space with X.
Hey, I tried to Google it. Why is the Muslim goat fucker that shot the National Guard naked?
So
they probably had to strip him.
Because they had to cut his clothes off because I believe he got shot.
he got
So
shot
they had
4
to.
times.
he did.
Yeah, he got shot 4 times.
And
Okay.
They also
I
had
was like,
to,
what the fuck?
they also had to clear him, yeah. So as Jeff
Yeah,
was
but
trying to say, or Jake was trying to say, sorry.
But yeah, I mean, paramedics will cut
The hell did I
clothing
get
off
Jeff?
rather than try to pull it off.
I don't know. But yeah, they knew he was shot, so they had to find every single bullet hole because you didn't want this fucker to get the easy way out. That's probably what they were like. Oh no, you're not dying.
Yeah.
I would have been okay with it.
Instead, we gotta use our own tax dollars now to take care of him.
Yeah,
So-
and then he's gonna sit on death row for 20 years.
Oh no, he better not.
I want live execution.
Hey,
That's what I want.
I think Trump's about to go live.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, I just saw a post saying that he's going live at 9:15 Eastern, which is 1 minute.
Okay, let me see if I can pull that up and we can listen to it through my microphone.
That would be good.
Yep.
I
Check
missed
out
it.
the
Who's coming out to
rapid
talk?
response.
Trump.
Trump.
Thank you.
Sippy will work on getting it up, and because I mean, he's always late when he's doing these things. We all know that.
Yes.
So Sippy will just watch it when he actually is out and talking. Send the audio through.
It says we'll begin shortly.
White House or
Yeah, it's the White House YouTube is what I'm going to listen to it on.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't know if he's at Mar-a-Lago or the White House right now.
He's at Mar-a-Lago.
He's at Mar-a-Lago, but the White House YouTube is what
Yes.
I'm.
He's still the president, though.
Yeah, people were bitching. He's going on another vacation when he
damn.
left yesterday.
So I guess
I think it's live.
Thanksgiving, bro.
It's live, I
Thanksgiving
think.
holiday. 2 members of the National Guard serving in Washington, D.C.
Y'all hear me?
were shot
Yeah.
at point-blank range
Can't
in
hear
a
it, though.
monstrous ambush-style attack just steps away from the White House.
Yeah,
They've been
complaining about him,
deputized
quote
as
unquote, going on
part of the
vacation.
most successful
2 days
public
Right,
before.
safety and
literally.
national security
Oh
mission
shit! Am I playing
in the
it on the
history of
wrong
our
one?
nation's capital.
Probably.
The D.C.
Probably.
Safe and Beautiful Task
Darn,
Force,
hurry up.
Come on,
which has
Jeffrey.
achieved an
We're missing
Right.
valuable
reduction
information.
in violent crimes of all types.
I missed it on
This
Fox for you
heinous assault
retards.
was
Thanks.
an act of evil
Appreciate
and
that.
active
I don't know why it's not feeding back through, and all the noises in the
It was a
background
crime
ain't
against
helping
our
when I'm trying to think.
entire Nation. It was a crime
Sorry.
against humanity.
Spaces suck.
The hearts of all Americans tonight are with those 2
retarded.
members of the
Sorry.
West Virginia National Guard.
Okay,
tried to
let,
play.
let the man think.
The love of our entire country is
He's
pouring
more
out
than-
for them, and we are lifting
That'll
them
do
up in our prayers.
Uh,
As we are
I'm just
filled
trying to
with
fucking think for a
anguish and
second.
grief for those who were shot. We're also filled with righteous anger.
I don't know why it's not feeding back through.
ferocious resolve. As President
I don't
of the
either.
United States,
It's feeding back
I
through.
am
It's just I don't know
determined
why
to
it's.
ensure that the animal
It's just not
who
coming through your microphone.
perpetrated this atrocity
Yeah.
pays the steepest possible price.
I mean, it is though. It's
I
coming
can
through.
report tonight that based on the best available information,
Oh, son of a
the
bitch.
Department of Homeland Security is confident that the suspect in custody is a foreigner
It's always
who entered our
most obvious
country
issue.
from Afghanistan,
Yeah, it
a
changed the
hellhole on earth. He was flown in by the Biden administration in September 2021 on those infamous flights that everybody was talking anything about it. Nobody knew who was coming in. Nobody knew anything about it. His status was extended under
I can
legislation
hear the tiniest
signed
hint of something.
by President Biden.
It's very quiet.
This attack underscores the single greatest national security threat. This attack facing our nation. The last administration let in 20 million unknown and unvetted foreigners from all over the world, from places that you don't want to even know about. No country can tolerate such a risk to our very survival. An example is Minnesota, where hundreds of thousands of Somalians
that's because he's hearing your
are ripping off our country and ripping apart that once great state.
I don't know why it's not
Billions
feeding
of
back
dollars
through.
are lost, and gangs of Somalians come from a country that doesn't even have a government, no laws, no water, no military, no nothing. As their representatives in our country preach to us about our national security threat facing our nation. We're not going to put up with these kind of assaults
like I could
on
hear it,
law
just like
and
the
order
faintest
by
bit.
people who shouldn't even be in our country. We must now re-examine every single
What's the
alien
volume on YouTube up?
who was entered
Is
our
it down
country
or
from
up?
Afghanistan under Biden, and we must take all necessary measures to
there we go.
ensure the removal
hear
of
it
any
now.
alien from any country
That seems a little
does not
loud.
belong here or add benefit to our country. If they can't love our
Louder.
country, we don't want them. America will never bend and never yield in the face of terror. And at the same time, we will not be deterred from the mission these service members were so nobly fulfilling. That is why tonight I can announce that I have directed the Department of War to mobilize an additional 500 troops to help protect our capital city. We will make America totally safe again, and we will bring the perpetrator of this barbaric attack to swift and certain justice if the bullets going in the opposite direction haven't already done that. During this time of the year, when we gather at home with loved ones, these two patriots were wearing the uniform of our country, patrolling the streets of our capital.
Sippy, you're breathing heavily
They
into
had
your
taken
microphone.
a selfless oath to defend our nation against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And that is exactly what they were doing when they were gunned down in a savage attack. I want to express my extraordinary gratitude to every member of the United States military who is deployed tonight at home and abroad. I also want to thank the Secret Service and the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department for their work today. This Thanksgiving, I ask every family to say a prayer for the two great heroes who were so horribly shot, and for their loved ones. Please say a prayer. May God bless them and comfort them, and may God bless and protect the United States of America. Thank you and good night.
Well, damn, that was quick.
Yeah, I heard most of it.
I mean, it was really quick.
Yeah.
Basically sounded like fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Jinx, what the hell?
What?
How'd you time out?
I'm out of what?
You know what? You joined back the damn collab camp.
Oh, it automatically joined me back. I didn't know that I was not in.
Yeah.
You're having the same issue that I've been having with you.
Every few minutes, my spaces just freeze for a second. I don't hear anything for a few seconds, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" It's bugging.
Yeah, that's spaces for you.
Yeah. What the fuck is that noise? Is that me?
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
I don't either.
It's very strange. Okay. It stopped, whatever it was.
Are you not taking your meds?
I just got a refill on my meds, actually.
You've been taking too many Tylenol.
I don't take Tylenol.
Good.
Yeah, too much
Ibuprofen, ibuprofen 800 milligram. That's
No, his
good,
mom
too.
took plenty of it when he was a kid.
That is
Mine
probably true. That is probably true.
Yeah, I think we all got quite a large amount of Tylenol as kids.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Explains a lot
Everybody
about this
took.
generation.
Hey, if anybody wants a free sub to our Twitch, Bob is
Speak for
offering one.
yourself, Jinx, you old head.
Whoa.
Damn.
Whoa. Who said that?
I don't know who was that.
Who called you an old hag?
Oh, someone that's
Being very
nasty.
quiet now. Oh, it was him. Never mind. Consider the source.
Who was it?
It was truth.
Oh.
I knew it.
No,
I
that
knew it.
wasn't truth.
That wasn't truth. That was not his voice.
Oh shit.
That's fucking me.
Oh, shit! I
damn.
don't recognize the
Sounded
bear.
a little gay. I was like, what was that?
I haven't heard your
I
voice
knew
in
that.
so long. Wait, no.
What was that?
No, there is a very void lack of Down syndrome in my voice. I can't sound like truth.
Hey, it's cool. I sound retarded, so.
He actually sound gay, but that's okay.
No, I'm like a British, but that's a new one.
Just kidding. I'm playing.
Man, I don't get no fucks.
It is funny though. You read what Truth writes on X, and you're like, yeah, and then you hear him talk, you're like,
Yeah, I always imagined him like one of those neckbeards with the fucking fedora, walking around with a fucking katana around the mall.
A
There you
katana.
go. Why not?
Like a fanny pack.
Oh my goodness.
so anyway.
Yeah, I didn't even recognize AP's voice anymore since,
I
he took
know.
his hiatus and stopped doing spaces, regular spaces.
Fuck them hoes.
Yeah,
He
you are
does
a
love
hoe.
us.
Oh man. Fuck
So,
it.
do we think this is going to be an isolated one, or is it just going to be a one-off, or are we going to get more?
More.
Oh, it's gonna
I
keep
do-
happening. It's gonna keep happening until people stop fucking around and deciding, oh, violence isn't the answer, and oh, we have to be peaceful, and we just can vote our way out of it. Yeah, that's not working.
You do realize that's never happened in our history. We've always had violence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Everything is open
that's
violent.
never gonna happen.
Yeah.
The only way it's
Literally.
gonna happen is by action.
Yep.
And I'm not just talking about prison.
Yeah, and I'm not by saying that. I'm not fucking saying I'm not calling for it and saying like
No.
people to do anything, obviously. But I mean, if
I
the
mean-
shoe fits.
I mean, how about the people that actually have the monopoly on
Like
violence
government
actually
something.
do something, right? Yeah. Can y'all not hear me?
Who's cutting
Yeah,
up a
but-
line right now?
I
Not
can hear
sharing
you.
with me.
I
I
can
know.
hear you, but I keep hearing someone
Truth's
knocking.
roommates knocking on
Well,
the
it's
door.
because Jake always feeds back because he's a broke ass and doesn't have headphones.
I'm wearing
He
actual
uses headphones, and that's the worst part. Somehow
What do
he
you
still
feed it
manages
back to
feed
your
back.
speaker? How the hell you feed back if you're wearing headphones?
I don't know. Because it's plugged into my monitor output on my soundboard, so it doesn't have any connection to anything, so it should sound perfect.
No, it's only when I like you'll feed back if somebody's like louder. You'll feed back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
So I do want to bring up something. You guys remember what Senator Slotkin said about when she was on
Yes.
APC?
Yep.
So the fact that she said national governments were going to start shooting American citizens, that she specifically said that, and then today, whole words create violence. That's what I'm
Sedition and treason.
I guess they
Yeah.
could be branded that, but this was if this is a Muslim terrorist, that kind of
It changes things, honestly.
yeah, it does. I can't really say, oh, it's all the Democrats' fault for this. Well, it is their fault.
It is their fault. It's still their fault.
I was just talking about the words that carried. Those words would not.
Timing is yeah.
It was a type of action. So
Yeah.
I
But it
think
comes
she's
down
gonna
to
get
like,
caught up in it.
can you blame the seditious six for illegal from a Muslim country performing an act of terror.
They need to go after them. I don't
Hang
know
'em
why.
all.
I don't deny that.
I just don't know how long it's going to take until they actually do something.
Yeah, that I don't
Question.
know.
Yeah. But so yeah, I think we should go ahead and jail every last one of those fuckers.
Band it. I mean, you don't have to raise your hand. I don't think, bud. Just go ahead.
Yeah, unless it
Yeah.
gets
Well,
crazy.
I didn't want to interrupt. You know, I try to be respectful.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, it's nice talking to y'all again.
Yeah.
But the problem. All right, so everybody wants to blame the Democrats. It's not just. You have to understand this is not just like well, it's the Democrats, like mostly, well, part of it, but it goes deeper than that. This is an intelligence agency operation that is going on here. And once you realize that it goes deeper than just our Democratic Party, they've been fucking this country up for years. Um, and the people that don't see it, I mean, like they the Democratic Party. Like I'm not party affiliated. I just want to make this clear. I'm not party affiliated. I don't like either one of them. I think they're both part of the same system. So, but when I say Democrats and the intelligence agencies, they're more aligned together than the Republicans and the intelligence agency. Well, not the Republicans, but like, like, all right, let's say the MAGA movement, right? They're not aligned with what the intelligence agencies are going, trying to push. Let me kind of start at the beginning. We had the Project Paperclip situation, right? With the thousands of German scientists and doctors coming to this country, right? To like, because we stole their technology. Well, we took over and we took their technology, which is fine. But then we brought those people into our country, right? Well, those people, the fucking Nazi SS soldiers and scientists and doctors that were all aligned with that ideology, well, guess who is now teaching? Well, have been teaching our college students for the past, I don't know, 60, 70 years, 80 years now. We're talking about the 40s. So, like, when people realize that, like, this all started a long time ago and that it's been infiltrated into our country slowly and just kept, like, chomping at the bit, then it kind of like you realize, all right, well, now you kind of see where we're at. Right now, we're at the point where like we have been infiltrated. There is a plan. All right, the plan is to destroy the country. It's been a plan for a very long time. It's like people say, "Oh, Obama started this shit." No, it's been way before him. He was just like he was a stepping stone for the movement, and then we had election fraud and all that, whatever. If you want to, claim that, I believe it. But and then it was another stepping stone when Biden jumped into to the thing. And then people were like, holy crap, like we are really getting screwed over here. Well, I it wasn't John McCain. It was uh fuck. Trying to think of the congressman who did the thumbs down. I know some of you, one of you guys here know the guy that did the thumbs down in the Congress. It was shit.
So you got to give me more than that to go on.
I'm
Yeah, for
trying to
real.
remember, man. I'm look. I'm just I'm off the cuff right now, so I'm just trying to like get my mind right. But They, it was Bush. It was during the Bush administration. It was after 9/11. right?
John McCain?
It wasn't John McCain. It was because he just passed away, correct?
A couple years ago.
I just googled it. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
think you're thinking of Cheney.
Yeah,
Dick Cheney.
Dick Cheney. Yeah,
Dick Cheney.
he's the one that
Well,
just passed
anyway,
away.
it was
No shit.
after 9. It was not after 9/11 where they said, okay, we can just let Muslims, like I'm not saying they're all bad, but they pretty much like did a backdoor deal at night when all of us Americans weren't paying attention, and back then we didn't have the idea of what we have now with technology and stuff, but they let these Muslim people in the country, and they just started flooding it. I mean, you have Dearborn, Michigan, which is like a shit show. Austin, Texas is getting crazy. So like we went from a Christian country to being turned into some kind of like third world shithole, and it was all because of our politicians and our intelligence agencies. It's not just our intelligence agencies; it's you have the Five Eyes. I mean, we're talking about the British, the Australian, and all these other um, countries that are involved. They all talk to each other, and I'm usually kicked off for this kind of shit. But this is where we're at. Like we can talk about like the politics of America and all this stuff, but like those they call them the seditious six or whatever. They had a memo, all right, that came from the CIA. They had somebody in a high ranking position that said, hey, look, y'all need to make a video and y'all need to do this and say, hey, look, this is like, it wasn't, what they were saying was factual, right? Like, it was like, okay, yeah, you're not supposed to take unlawful orders and you're supposed to speak up for it. But the intent of what they were saying was more powerful to the people that don't really know this stuff, people maybe outside of our space, or people who don't get it. There was an intent of, hey, look, if you don't think it's right, then go against the orders. Well, that shows division between the ranks, and that was the problem. Like I made a couple posts about it, and it wasn't just it was how they said it. It was the intent how they said it. It wasn't what they said. You get what
Well,
I'm saying?
so basically, I think I get what you're saying. I'm gonna try to summarize it. So basically, they have been calling Trump's orders illegal this whole time, and then they come out and say disobey illegal orders. Those two things together make it where they were basically just telling them to disobey Trump. Also, wasn't one of the senators or representatives, didn't they say, oh, by the time the script got to me or some shit like that? Wasn't that one of them? Who said
Yeah,
that?
Gallego said that.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, touching on his point, the CIA has been fucking controlling the arms of government since they assassinated JFK. Like they
For sure.
have been getting
Well,
more and more
you want to
control
go
up
down the
until the 90s, where they effectively had control over the Democratic Party with Clinton, and then they were supposed to have fucking Gore, and then that would have been a fiasco. Then it got really bad under Obama, where it was literally Obama was a shill for the CIA, and then that was multiplied by 100,000 under the Biden administration in the auto pen. But yeah, that's if you want to talk about the intelligence agencies doing things like that. Yeah, that it is no longer that they are a function of the U.S. government or just an arm of the U.S. government. They have been controlling the Democratic Party more and more and more until the 90s, where they completely took it over, and now it's to a point where they don't even hide it anymore because they know that people aren't going to do anything. The media is going to read their scripts. The Democratic politicians are going to read their scripts. They're gonna sing from the same song sheet. They're going to do everything that they tell them to because they can't think for themselves. And these people are so stupid, inept, and just completely fucking brain dead that they know, oh well, the CIA, they have my back, so I'm going to win re-election because they're going to do this or that or that, and I'm not going to get in trouble or prosecuted because the blackmailer or influence these judges or these prosecutors or et cetera, et cetera. And it's part of the biggest reason why the deep state is never going to go away until something more drastic happens from the people.
Well, we've seen that JFK wanted his goal was to disband the CIA. All right.
Which
Well,
is why they killed
it
him and
was
also over
like
Cuba.
exactly. It was a couple weeks after he said, "Hey, I want to take care. I want to, the CIA needs to go away." 2 weeks later, I believe, roughly, he was eliminated. Right. My family comes from I come from a Cuban descent. I was born and raised here in this great United States of America, but I still have family in Cuba. They live like shit. Okay, they I have they are farmers, and everything they produce, right? They give to the government. You know what the government gives them? They give coupons or certificates so they can go to the grocery store and buy basically their own products back. It's not like here where like we can grow our own stuff and we can sell to whoever we want to sell to and make money and all that. So like it it's a big apparatus, and I don't think you know I've had many conversations about this with a lot of people, but like they don't teach the Constitution in school. They don't teach a lot of things about our government in school anymore. Like when I was growing up, they touched base on it, and but if they taught the Constitution from the time that you were like kindergarten or whatever all the way to 12th grade, guess what? We wouldn't have these problems right now because most of the people would be like, "Oh no, we're not doing that," you know.
Yep. All right. Gonna move on to some other hands. I'm gonna go. This is the order I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go Michael to the beer paladin to Jake. Go ahead, Michael.
Okay, guys, I just want to point out that the narratives that have been going around that um the media and the opposition and the adversary, and I want to point out that the opposition and the adversary are two separate things. They don't necessarily relate to one another. They don't work in necessary conjunction, uh, even on a purposeful sense. But in any case, the narratives that they're using in fighting against us, meaning right-leaning conservative people, this instance that happened in Washington D.C. fits so many of the narrative threads that they're going to use in the short term. Like just Al Sharpton coming out when the freaking bullet smoke hasn't even blown away yet, and saying, "Oh, this is because Trump had troops in that area. This wouldn't have happened if Trump wouldn't have had troops there." Well, like, do I really believe that a guy from Washington State wouldn't have drove across the country and shot two people if the troops wouldn't have been there? No, it would have been two cops or it would have been two civilians. That guy was going to do what he was going to do. But no, like this is the narrative, uh, like Rahm Emanuel says, never let a crisis go to waste, right? But take it the next step further, uh, Saul Alinsky and all that, create the crisis. So then you have the solution. So the narrative op that's going on right here has multifaceted potential for them. So first they're going to say, "Oh, this guy got radicalized once he came to America because we are so generous and we did the right thing when the Afghan uh, withdrawal happened, we brought our people with us, which we should have done, just like we should have done in Saigon, sorry. And every other war that we have where we have to collaborate with local people. We have to bring our people back because guess what? If we leave them there, they get killed. So we got to bring them. I mean, that's just, I mean, Sippy's 11B. You know that. We got to bring our people back if we have any, like, how are we going to get anybody to collaborate with us ever if we don't bring them back?
Yeah.
But so this guy, he slips in, and he's 29 now, which means like 4 years ago he was like 24. So the best case scenario is he was either one of our you know interpreters. He was a terp, or he was a relative of a terp or somebody else, and he slipped in, and they're going to say, oh, this is why we brought him, because we should have brought him. And they're going to say, oh, he got radicalized, and this is where they'll get us. And just like they do with Thomas Crooks, just like they tried to do with the guy in Utah, they're going to say, oh, he was on their side, then he got radicalized, or some variation of that. And this is what I'm trying to say: 17 different narratives they'll come out with, and I'll tell you why. Because they know the low information people, the people that only are going to see like 2 seconds of news. They're going to read a headline and see, oh, a terrorist attack in Washington, D.C. against National Guard. And every single person is going to have a Rorschach on that and see what they want to see, and then just spout off whatever they think about that. Oh, that wouldn't have happened if the National Guard wouldn't have been there. Oh, that wouldn't have happened if assault rifles were banned. 17 different ways that they'll spin that around, and they have the advantage because they have the mainstream media, and then they also have the Tucker Carlsons, and they also have the Candace Owenses, and they have all these different variations. And all these people, they don't necessarily all work in conjunction. They're not all on a conference call and with Qatar and whoever, the CCP, running a conference call at 3 a.m. in the morning saying, oh, this is what we're trying to do. But they're all getting checks. They're all getting direction. They're all getting these different things. And when they all add up like Lego pieces, you build them piece by piece by piece on top of each other. Then when this thing happens, then you have 17 different opportunities to throw out 17 different narratives that out of those 17, maybe 15 go to their side, and maybe 2 we can latch onto, which is, hey, we have unfettered immigration. We have unfettered freedom where people from other countries can run intelligence ops in our spaces. Borders without borders. People coming into our ops, not our spaces, because we can recognize their voices, but their tweets, their all these other things, their AI powered videos, all this stuff. And they're pushing us, pushing us, pushing us, pushing us. This is the angle that we're in right now. This is the war. The war is right here. Like people that think like, oh, this is a big thing, but it's not right now. No, it's right now. It's happening right now, guys. Sorry, I sound like Cassandra from Greek mythology, but I swear to God, there's a lot of us out here. It's not just me. It's Insurrection Barbie. It's Stealth Medical. It's you guys. And we have to be the prophetizers. We have to take these out to everybody who's not here right this second and say, this is what is going on. There is a narrative war. It's an info war if you want to talk about Alex Jones. It's an info war. And guess where Alex Jones got the term info war from? Alvin Toffler in a book published in 1990. This is a war, and it's not anything that we can ignore. We can't joke around and spend 2 hours talking about dick jokes. This is a war that is for real. I love you guys. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you soon.
To be honest, we can still make dick jokes. Throwing that out there.
I'm in.
Come on, Sippy, don't be a dick.
Oh, I don't take it too hard now.
See, dick jokes even started just talking in the space, man. Started talking.
Oh my goodness.
You got ahead of the game.
Yep. See, Dick joke talking again.
The beer paladin was next.
Yeah, beer paladin. What up?
Hey guys, I don't know you folks, so I followed Southern in here, Southern FFA family. It popped up in my feed. I'm an Australian that's lived in the US for like 13 years. I run cattle in Tennessee, but my accent has never shifted. So I know somebody's going to yell at me because I'm not American or whatever, but I'm more passionate about the U.S. Constitution than you know, because my own country is absolutely falling to pieces because it doesn't have a constitution like the United States.
Your old country. Your old country. There you go.
Yeah. So like I'm very passionate about the United States. So don't doubt anything that's going to come out of my mouth right now. I will tell you with 100% certainty that there is no such thing as a good Muslim immigrant. There is no such thing as a moderate Muslim. They're all wolves in sheep's clothing. If they believe in the Quran, they are 100% lying to you. It's called taqiyya in their book, and I've read it.
The Quran, yeah.
And well, they got multiple books.
Yeah.
The Quran is the one that's quoted most, but they there is no such thing as a moderate Muslim. You're either a Muslim or you're an apostate in their religion. So you're either 100% on board, or they're willing to kill you because of the Quran, right? So I don't understand why people are doubting that. Even friendlies, Iraqi, Afghan, Somalian friendlies to U.S. troops getting immigration status in the U.S. I don't think people understand how dangerous that is. They're profiteers, right? So they were willing to, make some money back where they came from, doing exactly what many of us would do if our country was under occupation. But the fact that they cooperated with U.S. troops does not mean that their fundamental beliefs have changed, right? So they're opportunists. They learn a little bit of English. They made some money. And then we implant them in the United States thinking that they're our friends. I 100% disagree with the policy of bringing in these people into the United States. And the reason I'm going to say this is because I'm 50 years old, right? And in Australia, we had a policy of bringing in Palestinians, but they weren't labeled as Palestinians when they came in, right? And I was in Sydney, Australia, and I ran a shopping center in Western Sydney, and it was the highest immigrant population in Australia. So 30 years ago, I ran a shopping center, and they called them Lebanese immigrants, right? And there were two types of Lebanese immigrants I learned from the Lebanese immigrants. There were the Christian Lebanese immigrants who 100% were willing to assimilate. And then there were the Muslim immigrants who were actually Palestinians who had invaded Lebanon, and then they used the weak laws of Australia to get into Australia. And I happened to be there at a time when these people were like getting power. They were getting power in the local government. They were absolutely chaotic in the shopping center I ran. I increased my security 2 times, and I used to lock the Muslim Lebanese up because they weren't really Lebanese, and at the bequest of real Lebanese who were genuine refugees. And they told me these people are serpents. They will say whatever they want to say in order to get what they want. And they said that their country was conquered, right? And I've since studied Lebanese history, and that's exactly what happened. You know, the last Christian stronghold in the Middle East was Lebanon, and then the Palestinians, after the 1946 partition and the Israelis created their nation, what the Palestinians did is they flooded north and they basically invaded Lebanon and turned it into a Muslim country, and the Christians came to Australia. But with them came all of these wolves in sheep's clothing, right? And Australia has been dealing with it ever since. They shoot up police stations. They are absolutely corrupt. They will never assimilate. I was dealing with kids that were 2 or 3 generations in. So it wasn't the fathers, it was the father's sons. It was the father's sons' sons. And they absolutely despised Western values. They were tribal in a way that I don't think most Americans understand how tribal people can be. But in Australia, we dealt with like Samoans and Tongans and people who really are tribal. The Muslims are tribal in the same way that the Polynesians are. And but the Polynesians, you know, like they assimilate. The Vietnamese who came after the Vietnamese War to Australia, the first generation, we had some criminal problems, but the Vietnamese have assimilated into Australia. But the Muslims, they never assimilate. They never assimilate. It doesn't matter how many generations go down. They hate you more and more and more and more. They just sound more and more like you. And I don't think Americans realize the risk that you're taking by assuming that Somalians or Iraqis or Afghans are somehow going to, like, you know, finally like see the light and think that they're in a good place. They never will. And it's not necessarily their ethnicity, it's their religion. So they can be all colors. They can come from Indonesia. They can come from Somalia. They can come from Iraq or Afghanistan, and they all look very different. Like if you know if you've traveled, you know what I know, that those people all look different. The color of their faces. The Chechen from Russia is white as I am, right? But the one thing they have in common is a unilateral hatred of Western values and Christianity. The other thing they have in common is that they will lie to you to your face until they get enough power. And when they get enough power, they will take power like they've done in Dearborn and places like that in the US. They did it in Australia. I watched them do it there. They get the guys on the council, and then they, you know, they reverse the attack, right? Like once there's enough of them, they will attack you. And the issue is the religion. I have three levels of things that I'm concerned about for Westerners, no matter where they are. One is the CCP, one is Islam, and the other is leftists. Right? Well, the leftists enable the CCP and the Islamists to succeed. Otherwise, we would naturally repel them. Right? So this is why I despise Democrats. But I don't think they're evil. I don't think Democrats are evil. I just think they're fucking stupid. The CCP will always be an enemy. That's why we shouldn't have any Chinese students here. But Islam will outlive them both. Islam will outlive them both because their book basically says lie, 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 get power, take over, right? And there is no such thing. I'll go back to where I started. There is no such thing as a moderate Muslim. It's all lies. They all feel the same way. They all know where they're headed, and they will lie to you until they get you under their boot, and they get enough political power, and then the United States, wherever they exist, will slowly get no-go zones, like in many cities in Sweden or France or the Netherlands. So I'm just saying that as a warning. I couldn't find a place to post. Mike Davis had a very good post that I replied to, and I couldn't find a place in this space to link that post. But if I could, I would put it there, because if you think that Democrats and the Chinese Communist Party is your real enemy, long-term enemy is Islam. Short-term enemy, leftists, and the CCP. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd be okay with all of them being gone.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cut in real quick to do a little pitch. We are live on Rumble, Twitch, X on my account. We also have a merch store, and I have an app. Go to our website. All the links are there. Websites are in our bios. That's all you gotta hear for now. Yeah.
All right, Jake, go ahead. Jake. Jake.
I see you unmuted, but I don't hear you.
I don't hear you either. Is your microphone muted on your headset? Like a dum-dum? Yep, is broken.
You're broken,
Jake broke
Jake.
it. Jake broke it. It's his
Jake
fault.
broke.
Mm-hmm.
Blame it on Jake.
He was whacking it too hard. Southern, why aren't you talking?
They're loud tonight.
What up, Vanilla?
Yeah, go ahead, Vanilla, while Jake figures out his stuff.
Oh, Vanilla.
How are you guys? Thank you guys. Thank you to the host and co-hosts. This is tragic. This is just absolutely horrific. I want to convey this in a real vivid way. I don't really see Islam as a religion. I see it as a hateful ideology that want to destroy all that do not bend and take a knee. This is a visceral invasion of our very freedoms that we have allowed, whether through trying to accept other individuals who, like Charlie Kirk wisely said, are not compatible with Western civilization. We are at a very important turning point right now. This I see as a direct attack on America as a nation, the people of America, all of us, a very attack on our freedom. I am sorry, but I do not see how this falls under freedom of religion. This is not a religion. This is a hateful ideology that wants to destroy everything within its grasp. I'm not calling for mass violence at all. What I'm calling for is a framework and an understanding that these individuals seek to do unbelievable harm to us in our very essence and existence of the freest nation in the world. This is absolutely disgusting. I really hope these service members live and make it. I pray for their family, their friends, their loved ones, everyone right now that is close. Please, I just want God to have them pull through and have them live. I think this is just an unbelievable tragedy. It hurts. It really hurts. Respectfully, I yield.
Thank you, Vanilla. Appreciate that. You're gonna make me cry.
By the way,
I'm
for
not a
the
big
people
crier.
that don't know, Vanilla's a doctor with the VA, so it's probably hitting him a little bit harder.
I bet.
Yeah.
Do you guys know that Iran is the second country with the most transgenders? It's their gay loophole.
How does that work?
So they can't have
what?
sex with men, so they make them transgender, but they don't call them transgender there. They just consider them female now, and they have sex with them. This is actually true. You can look it up on Grok or whatever. Yeah, but they don't hide or they don't give you all the statistics, but just from the ones
They
we
are
have, they're
called
the
a name, but
second.
I don't remember what the name is.
Faggots.
Yep, that's what I was gonna go with.
Yep, faggots. And I think Turkey's number 3. This is not per capita. It's successful surgeries per country, I believe it's off of. But still, yeah. And then I mean, there's all the things you hear about military guys that were over in Afghanistan where they have like little boys with them. They think that they're father and son, but it's really some old dude
Yep.
diddling a 13-year-old boy or some shit in the semi truck.
Yep.
It's really disgusting over there. I don't like the whole Middle East. I think it should turn to glass.
They had
Personally,
that. They had that in Iraq too. Yep. Called them the Chai Boys.
oh yeah, I know about that.
Yep.
That's
Chai is
disgusting.
tea, but yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gross. Jake, is your shit working now?
I'm saying no.
I'm gonna go with no.
Well, he's got to at
Is he
least try
still
to
in
unmute
speaker
first.
mode? It shows listen
Like,
on
and
me.
by boys, he literally
Well,
means
it's on
boys.
speaker on my end.
Okay.
Oh yeah, literally boys. Yeah.
Jake, if your stuff is completely broken, you may have to fully back out of the space.
And then come back in.
Yeah, because I know you had your hand up. I wanted to give you your opportunity to speak.
Yeah. Oh, we
I
had
do
all
have a-
we had done a bunch of planning last night and everything. We had all kinds of stuff, and it's like fucking Wednesdays are the biggest news days.
Yep,
Every
this
damn
literally
time.
happens every Wednesday. We spend like an hour planning for the space with topics and everything, and then stuff happens, and all of it goes out the window. I don't even know why we bother anymore.
I know.
Why even plan? Just wait for it to happen.
Because the one day that you don't plan, you can have nothing to talk about.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of it's
That's the
better to
point.
be over prepared than under prepared.
What
See
Jinx keeps
that
saying.
that's why my spaces were fun when I did them. I just fucking sent it.
Yeah.
That's kind of just the way you roll, though.
That's our Sunday space. We just send
Yeah.
the Sunday space. We just kind of talk about whatever. But the Wednesday space is supposed to be more of like a podcast, an interactive podcast, because that's just trying 2 different formats.
Can I say something about the seditious 6?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which is what drew me in here. Mark Kelly and Gallego, the 2 senators from Arizona, are there. I lived in Arizona for 7 years. I only moved to Tennessee last year. And those 2 guys didn't get voted in legally. So when Trump just got let off for the last Fannie Willis, bullshit indictment, those guys definitely did not get voted in legally in Arizona. So Mark Kelly and Gallego, who's the dickhead that exposed the fact that these people had a script, right? Both of them are basically like every other Democrat in Arizona, basically puppets of the cartels south of the border. So Arizona is basically run by the cartels in Mexico, and every Democrat gets voted in because of election fraud. I have spent so much time traveling around in Arizona, and nobody voted in the Democrats in Arizona. Like I guarantee you, Arizona is like a 60-40 Republican state, and the 40 is illegals, right, and leftists, and the combination of those 2 probably makes up 40, but the elections always come out in favor of the Democrats. It's absolute bullshit, and I don't remember the name of the guy because he wasn't there when I first got there. I'm like I said, I moved from California, but Sheriff Arpaio or something his name was, the gangster sheriff that used to, put prisoners in pink jumpsuits. They stitched him up, and then they stole the state because he was hard on illegals. He was hard on crime. And since then, Arizona has been a stolen state, but I guarantee you it's red. It's 100% red. And so Mark Kelly, I don't care if he went to fucking space. Gallego, he's 100% cartel owned. Arizona, I guarantee you, if there were elections that involved voter ID, that the Democrats would lose Arizona in a landslide because everybody's had a gutful of the Democrats there and the illegals in the state. So I just want to throw that in there.
How do you steal it back?
Steal it back? Did you say?
Yeah. Yeah. How do you get it back?
You don't steal it back. You basically require everybody at the next election. You do another census that basically prohibits states like California and New York and Arizona from like racking up illegals as citizens. And then you do the second thing, which is to require ID, right? You require ID with verification of an address and a social security number that is cross-checked to make sure 17 people don't have the same social security number. And then you run an election. I guarantee you, Arizona, the moment, if Trump does what he should do, and right now I don't think he's going to do it because he's got people around him who are fucking pariahs. They're fucking, snakes in the grass that are the dual system in the United States has a lot of people making money from the middle class. They're milking us to death, right? So I think Trump has people around him that he needs to get rid of, like Susie Wiles and a few other people. But if he ever gets his shit together and he actually introduces voter ID as a hardcore requirement on a national basis, and then he starts to persecute fraud that exists in state-based elections through the DOA, we're going to get to a point where these people will run to the shadows, right? Not the cartels. Arizona will be hard to flip. The Southern Texas will be hard to flip. California will be hard to flip. But I guarantee you, there's probably like so many people that are disenfranchised in these states. It's insane. And we act like it's okay. It's not okay. The whole state has been stolen by fraud in Arizona. I know that. New Mexico, it's a shithole, right? Like it's probably blue. But California, I don't think Californians are blue. I don't think so. I honestly think if there was an honest election in California, you would get another, you would get a repeat of sorry, what was the mental blank? The government, the president that was from California. What was his name? The actor.
Reagan.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Reagan.
Right. He was from California, right? And
Yep.
Do you think he could have become a president of the United States without California's backing? How did we go from Reagan getting voted in California to where nobody who's a Republican can get voted in California? It's fraud.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah, tell me, man.
It was Reagan's fucking fault. It was all his fault. He did that little legalizing millions of illegals. The amnesty or whatever. Wasn't that him? Pretty sure that was him.
Yeah, he did an amnesty.
Yeah, and ever since California's been blue.
No, I don't think that alone is why what's happening in California is what's happening in California. I think what you are seeing is industrial scale election fraud, right? And nobody is willing to call it out, and anybody that tries to call it out gets sued, right? They get made to look like a fucking lunatic. It's true, right? Like there is industrial scale fraud. I know it's happening in Arizona because I was there. I don't know anybody that voted for fucking the Democrats in the 2020 election, right? And yet we have Kelly and Gallego, like some fucking, Gallego is like the most pathetic fucking senator that's ever existed in the United States. Like that dude should 100% have not have ever become a senator, right? Who did he run against? Carrie Lake.
Yep.
The most based Trump supporter. The entire state was behind her. I went to rallies there in Arizona where there was like 20,000 people in a fucking field and we're ankle deep in mud, right? And we still came out, right? And Gallego, he would run a rally, he'd get like 400 people. Like it's 100% fucking fraud. I know it is intuitively because I have a fucking brain. Like, and we live in this alternate universe where we think that we can trust the results of our elections. If Trump does one thing between now and the midterms, he should ensure voter ID. He should ensure a new census is taken. He should take away the apportionment of seats in the Senate, not the Senate, in the House, to basically eradicate the prior census, which basically gave a bunch of seats based on how many illegals you had in your state. And if he did those three things, I don't think the Democrats would stand a chance in an election for maybe 2 decades. But I don't trust that he's going to do it because he's not showing me that he's going to do it. Like that should have been the first thing he did. If JD's going to get in or whoever we want to get in next time, it's not going to happen if this same shit can play out. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. They will just cheat more in those states.
All right, Jake, are you fixed yet?
Do I sound fixed?
I mean, yeah, you sound like your nuts have been chopped off. Yeah. Good.
Okay.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
I've been knighted. Oh no. I'm gonna start sounding like Truth in a minute, His weird little giggle. No.
What, ultra gay and fucking retarded?
Oh, Jake's alive.
I'm already ultra retarded.
Why, gay bear?
All right, Jake, what you got for us?
So everything you said about Islam is freaking true. It needs to be routed out of our society. Root, Stem, Omar, Talib, Jayapal, any of them retards, all of them need to go. Somebody mentioned they don't teach history anymore.
Donnie.
Yeah, that fucker needs to go too. Back to Uganda. But the fact they don't teach history is evident in the fact that all these retards actually think that President Trump can't do what he's doing. I keep saying, anybody ever heard of Lincoln? Right? Everybody's asking, well, what can we do? What can we do? Well, Trump could literally declare the Insurrection Act, activate powers that Lincoln used, and literally take care of the Democrat problem, right? He could get the seditious 6. He could start there. Then he could get Omar. He could get all of them out of there that are seditious, that are insurgents, because that's what they are now. And the left has, oddly enough, embraced Islam, which doesn't make any sense. But the left is Bolshevism. Somebody mentioned that, Saul Alinsky and everything. This goes all the way back to the beginning of World War I. This is Bolshevism. And they're violent. They love the Muslims just like Adolf Hitler did. They think that they can tame them. But the thing is, the Muslims will turn on them just as fast. Look at what's happening in Europe. And for some stupid reason, the idiots in the United States that are on the left think that somehow it's going to be different here. You know, like they're just as we're watching Europe, which is already down this path of Muslim invasion. We're looking at the gangs that roam, the grooming gangs, the stabbings, the machete attacks. You know, I was in that. Well, we were in a space, and that some guy was defending. You know, saying that people shouldn't defend themselves and all this shit. We're not that far behind them unless something actually happens, and Trump has the power to do it. I just don't know if he'll even see that. I mean, this needs to end. I mean, society cannot survive another round of the left gaining power. Does that make sense?
I agree
Because
with that.
it's over. If they get power again, my God. And he did an executive order for requiring citizenship proof, or what was it, voter ID for federal elections. But they do need to do more to sue local places. Like I think it's New York City. Illegals can vote. They register them to vote when they give them their stupid IDs or when they give them their what do you call it, welfare. So I mean that is a pandemic as well that I believe they're working on. But I mean, what can you do? It's only been we're going on 10 months now. There's been a lot go on in 10 months.
I'm not tired of winning yet, though.
Yeah.
Never
But
tired
yeah, I
of
mean,
winning.
there's a very large Muslim population in most states, some more than others. But I mean, here in Washington,
Like
the school that I
Minnesota
taught
and
at,
Michigan.
yeah, the school that I taught at for 3 years, 40% Muslim. We're talking about out of 700 kids, 40% of them are Muslim, and almost every single one of them is in low-income housing. That's a lot of families in low-income
That's
housing.
bad.
No, it's not because they need to be in low income housing. It's because they're parasites. They're taking advantage because they know how weak we are, and they use the laws to make money. I don't think that they're not making money. I just think they know how to exploit the laws, and they have no compunction to not exploit our weaknesses. And so for them it's open season. It's like deer season. Like you drop them from a Muslim country into America, and they're like, oh my God, how fucked up are these people? Let's exploit this in everywhere we can. And I think we've just seen that in Minnesota with what's coming out in Dearborn right now. Like
I mean,
they
I don't think
will exploit us every chance they get. And it's not a, this is what I'm saying. It's not a you might, people are like angry at the Somalians right now. It's not a Somalian thing. It's an Islam thing. It doesn't matter whether they come from Afghanistan or Iran or Iraq or Somalia or Morocco or Indonesia. They will exploit us every chance they get, because in the Quran they get 100% freedom to exploit us. Anybody who is
the
not of their
kids,
religion, you can exploit. That's the thing.
yeah, I mean, the kids that like in the school that I worked at, I mean, it was very likely that they came in through one of Biden's programs, whether it was the same one this guy came in through, or if it was, just through, the standard asylum where, they were basically just saying, okay, everybody can have asylum. Come on in. Right. Because the kids at the school, they're not all from Afghanistan. They're not all from Iraq. They're not all from Somalia. It's all over. It is not just individual countries. It is like all of them. The school had like 42 different languages spoken in that school. 42 in one school.
And
I think
Jinx,
2 is too many.
I just
How
think
did that work out for the white kids there?
there
The
weren't any.
What white kids?
There weren't any.
I think
Yeah,
I think in my
what
class
white
of 25, I had 2.
Yeah, but those two.
But
How was that education experience?
I want to say, you probably pretty horrible if I had to guess. But Vanilla's had his hand up for a minute now.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Go ahead, Vanilla.
Thank you guys again. I wanted to kind of reverberate off of what you were just speaking on, what's going on here in California. This left-wing liberal shithole of a state on my street, there are tons of American flags, and then there's 3 liberal shitholes on my street. Other than that, on my front porch, you got 1 American flag, 1 Air Force flag, and 1 Marine Corps flag. Those 3 flags represent the flags in this household, and they will always fucking be there. You got a few of them down the street and a few of them down further. Other than 3 houses on our street, every house flies the American flag. You go a little further west, they have Trump flags everywhere, and I mean everywhere. When the census occurs every 10 years, the United States government becomes the largest employer of workers, of federal workers, and they go out and count. We need to pass legislation. So I don't care if you're here visiting or here illegally or here for any reason whatsoever. If you are not a citizen living legally there, you are not counted. You will not believe how many electoral college votes California loses, and we will not likely have a Democrat in office for the next 30 years. When they lose California, they lose forever. The collective United States needs to be formally recognized, and we have to quit playing games. Just like Charlie Kirk said last election, I don't want you calling me and asking me for free stuff. I want you getting 5 or 6 people going to the polls and registering in person. Do not trust mail in ballots. I want you to go to the polls. Everything that man said resonated with me. It is so sad that we lost such a vibrant man. It's so amazing. It just hurts. But I'm telling you, California is becoming red if we are not already. The amount of election fraud here is just unbelievable. I don't know how it has existed. Let me tell you, 90% of 97% what they state of California is not blue. This is becoming, if not already, a red state, and I yield.
Thank you.
That's one thing I sorry.
Oh,
No,
go
I
for it.
just want to share something that just came out.
Oh, what we got?
The shooter served for 10 years in the Afghan army alongside U.S. Special Forces troops. He was stationed at a
Oh,
base in Kandahar for part of that time. He came to the
imagine that.
U.S. after the Taliban took over and eventually settled in Washington State.
Imagine that.
So, yeah.
We trained him. That's what that
Mhm.
means, by the way.
Yes, it does.
The Trump attempt assassination, the Tom Matthew Crooks, and the other guy, I can't even see his name. Didn't they train at Fort Bragg? I recall.
There was rumblings of that. If we
I
ever
don't
got
think that.
actual proof of that, though.
Yeah, I don't think
Only that
anything was
Louisiana
substantiated.
shooter.
You talking about the what now?
Like, he's talking about Fort Bragg, the guy that was a Muslim that shot like 22 people. He was a therapist.
The one that fucking drove
he
down
was
the
just
road and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just recently. They just recently said they were going to charge him with terrorism. Finally, instead of it being a workplace incident. Obama.
They didn't him, Crooks, and the guy from the golf course all train at Fort Bragg.
No,
I don't know.
so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Like I said, there were rumblings of that, but I don't know that it was ever confirmed. But USOC was trying to make a point. What you got, USOC?
I was just gonna quickly say, well, first off, hello everyone.
Hello.
Y'all are all wonderful follows. I was just gonna say quickly that that's one reason why I love Texas so much is because Like, just, anyways, everyone has a fucking flag, and there's either a Texas flag flying around or an American flag, but either way, I fucking love it. And I'm so grateful that we're so prideful in Texas. That's all.
And Trump is going to be having his team review every single person that was allowed to come into the country, even legally, over the last 4 years. All 20 million, including
Yep.
those that came in under asylum and refugee status. They're all going to get reviewed because clearly the Biden administration,
I would
I like to
say
call it the auto plan
revoked.
administration.
I would like to
They
say
clearly were
revoked.
not doing that check that they
Let's
needed
just
to.
do
They were not as
revoked.
thorough.
Let's not re-review. Revoke them all. Send them all back. I don't give a
Yep.
I'm not
damn at
opposed to
this
that.
point.
I'm not opposed to that.
That's
Yeah,
the
it's
easy
just
way. Let's do it.
I'm
see
so
whether how many votes
surprised
here.
that I'm so surprised that more Americans I'm like 100% saying that any immigrant from Somalia should be turned away and repatriated if they're already here. I don't understand any American that like walks the line and goes, "Oh, there might be some good people." Like 100%, that country is a fucking shithole. Like they kill each other for sport. It's a tribal
Don't they have
country.
like an
They're
average
killing
IQ of
each
like
other here.
65?
They're killing each other here, right? Like they're fighting amongst themselves. Like they're absolute fucking savages. There is nothing good about having Somalians here, right? There is nothing good about having Iraqis here or Afghans here or anybody from Syria or who says they're a Palestinian. Like if you bring any of those people into this country, they will bring every malice they have from their homeland and they will never let it go. They're going to breed it into their children and you'll have a generational problem. Like I don't understand why Americans are so naive to think they're going to like blue jeans and they're going to buy a Ford truck and they're going to be just like us in 20 years. They're not. I saw it in Australia 40 years after the first immigrants came from Lebanon, who were Palestinians pretending to be Lebanese. Those people were on the steps of the Opera House in Sydney when October 7th happened, and they raided Israel. Those same fuckers, with the exact same accent I have, was saying, "Kill the Jews." Like 2 generations later, they don't change. They can pretend they're changing. They will lie to you. They will deceive you, but they don't fucking change. I watched the videos on from Australia of people I probably kicked out of my shopping center, 20 years ago. Their kids were on the steps with the exact same accent I have saying, "Kill the Jews." And they were celebrating what happened on October 7th last year, right? And so if you think that these people are going to assimilate, I don't care whether they're translators or whatever, don't bring them in. They were just like opportunists making money. Like there is no good Islamist, right? Unless they're willing to fucking give up their religion, you should not let them into this country because they will never let it go. Their children will not let it go. Their grandchildren will not let it go, and they will fucking despise you and use you and take from you. And it's just the naivety of the West blows my mind. Look at Paris. Look at London, the Islamic mayor. Look at New York right now, Islamic mayor. Look at the Netherlands. They're a minority in their own country. Belgium, same thing. Sweden, they're now trying to kick them out after like being the most, progressive socialist country. They've realized their mistake. Denmark, same thing. They're trying to kick them out now, right? But in the United States, it's like, oh, moderate Muslims, they exist. They don't fucking exist. They don't exist. They're just wolves in sheep's clothing. They all feel and exist the same way because their book tells them to, and they will fucking, once they get political power, they'll do exactly what you see in Dearborn everywhere they go. Austin is the next one. I cannot wait till Austin becomes fucking Islamic so that the rest of America can fucking get insanely mad at what's going on there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Jake, is that a hand that's stuck up, or you have something?
Yeah, I was gonna say something that was mentioned was California and the absolute shithole that it has become. Uh, Arizona just recently fell to the left. New Mexico has been, basically conquered by the left since its inception in 1912. So I mean, this is a deeply rooted problem. Reagan was mentioned. Yeah, he failed because he tried to do it within the system that the Democrats had built after the death of JFK. Because they built the framework. Cloward and Piven, they were the ones that said you overload the system, break the system, and then you rebuild it in the image you want, which is what it was: Marxist. It was the hippie leftist garbage. So Reagan thought, okay, well, if I give him this little bit, it's going to help it, it's going to fix it, and everything's going to work, and I can save the day. When in reality, all he did was, like was mentioned, it did help push California further and basically make it blue. I mean, it wasn't completely blue up until after, what was it? Schwarzenegger. He was the last Republican governor from there, if you want to use the term Republican. But the problem is the federal government has hidden its fangs for some reason. The states are supposed to listen to the feds. They're not supposed to try and sue the feds every 2 seconds because they don't like what the feds do. They're not supposed to try and pass little laws inside the states to make the feds not do their job, right? Like, this was all settled, I thought, back in the 1800s. So, instead of Trump trying to be another Reagan, that's not going to work this time because we've got the radical Muslims. We've got communists running as mayor now of New York City. We have absolute chaos coming from the left. Trying to Reaganize them is not going to work. And that's the scary part.
Yeah. All right. My old school. Go ahead.
No, thanks for the mic. May I ask if this an Australian space or a mixed hybrid
No,
American?
Nope.
he
We're all in
lives
the United
in.
States.
Yeah, he lives in the U.S. He just has a. He explained it the first time he spoke.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Because I'm just curious if I may ask question about. Just want to understand the situation in Australia. There's previous speaker. I guess he's from Australia. So in Australia, is it more left there or conservative? Just
So Australia has the big problem that every white English speaking country has on the planet, which is the inheritance of the English political system, which is a bi-party system. So you end up with two parties. So in like the UK, it's the Labor and the Tories. In Australia, it's Labor and the Liberals. In the US, it's the Democrats and the Republicans. The same in Canada, right?
mm-hmm.
But the big problem with that system is you don't get representational government, right? You don't really get like a real picture of what the people want, and the United States is the only Western country English speaking Western country that has a Trump, right? So every other English speaking Western country basically has a two-party system where they're the same thing. They're the same thing. One wants to tax a little more, one wants to tax a little less. They're all corrupt. And they're all about controlling the people. They're about milking the middle class. So the United States under Trump, the reason I'm so passionate about what I'm seeing here is because my own country is ruined. Canada is ruined. Like, I've traveled a lot in my life. There is no white Western country other than the United States that has a Trump, right? And you're so lucky, and you know, Americans don't realize how lucky they are that Trump came along, because every other Western white English speaking country is being destroyed right now. They're being fucking obliterated by immigration.
Yeah,
And
that's sad. Is Albanese still the prime minister there? Is he?
Albanese, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So he's like Trump, or he's more like a Democrat here.
So he's on the left wing. So he has never had a real job in his life. He came up through the unions in Australia, and he's the equivalent of someone like shit Pelosi.
Yeah.
He's just a product of the left, right? He never really had a job, never owned a business, never done anything in their lives, and he's just super rich from just being a left wing um, product of the labor unions in Australia.
So everything I see in the social media that the Muslim, the Islam are invading Australia, is that an accurate statement?
Yeah, so Australia is experiencing exactly what the United States experienced under Biden, what Canada has experienced, what the UK and Ireland and you know, literally every white Western country is experiencing, which is a massive influx of illegal immigrants. Not
You,
illegals in Australia, because you can't get to Australia illegally, but the Australian government is basically flooding Australia with immigrants, but they're not westernized immigrants. So South Africans want to come to Australia. English people, Irish people want to go to Australia. Americans, Canadians, they want to go there. They can't get in. The only people getting in to Australia come from the worst places possible, and the least likely to assimilate.
so why is that? Why is the, you know, there are countries not, they can't get in? You said, what's the reason behind that?
Uh, that will be my personal opinion. I
Oh,
think I think that the bankers and the wealthy run Western countries, and the dilution of the native population that has a nationalistic bent is their aim. So they don't bring in people that will assimilate. They bring in people that will create division, because division gives power to government, and if the government gets power, that they already own the government, so they can therefore restrict the native population and you know, further you know, escalate their efforts to deconstruct um, the Christian foundations of Western nations. Let
yeah.
me say it that way.
Thank you. One last question. So, um, just I'm just curious. The Filipino Australians there in Australia, are they more conservative or are they more Democrats? I don't know. I don't know
Okay,
the demo. How do you call the Democrats there in Australia? I don't know that. But
it's the Labor. It's called the Labor Party in Australia. The
oh, okay,
Liberals is supposed to be the left. The right wing party is the Liberals, and the left wing party is called Labor.
Labor.
So the Democrats
Yeah.
are Labor, and the Republicans are called the Liberals. But the reality is that the same thing. They have been both parties have been sucking up to China for so long and India. They've basically sold their souls and sold out the Australian people for so long. My big hope for Australia is they get a Trump. That one day Australians who are extremely apathetic and lazy with regards to politics get their courage back, and they lost their guns 20 years ago. But I hope they get their guts back and that they resist it. And I hope the right wing party in Australia, the Liberal Party, is dissolved, and that all the small independent parties that are trying to resist the globalists and the left wing push and the multicultural push. I hope all the right wing parties consolidate and create a brand new party and destroy the equivalent of what is the Republicans in Australia, because they're so corrupt. They don't represent the Australians. They're a false alternative. And I think a lot of Americans were feeling that way, and that's why there's apathy in the right wing base, is because you feel like these both parties are like really working to the beat of the same drum, but they pretend that they're on opposite sides. It's like a false thing. In Australia, that's very much the case, and I think there's a underswell there. Australians are very, very patriotic, and they're hating the dilution of the culture of Australia. I think if there was I don't know who it's going to be, but they need a hero. They need a Braveheart, right? To like drag them out of the shit. And then there needs to be like a destruction of the two-party system, which is an absolute fucking travesty in every white Western nation. There is no nation on the face of the planet where a two-party system really works for the people. Now, they did maybe 100, 200 years ago, but I don't see that anywhere. I don't think there is a two-party system on the face of the planet that works. And unfortunately, that's an inheritance of the UK system of government. And it's a cancer. It's a cancer the US has. It's a cancer that Canada is so pathetic. Like Americans, we laugh at them. But literally every ex-colonial nation of the UK has exactly the same problem. It's two parties pretending they're disagreeing with each other, but really they're colliding and they're swapping back and forth. And in the meantime, they're just gutting the middle class. They're just destroying their countries and milking them.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Thank you.
I'm going to go to Jake in just a second. USCIS, for anyone that's not familiar, that's U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. They just put out a statement. Effective immediately, processing of all immigration requests relating to Afghan nationals is stopped indefinitely, pending further review of security and vetting protocols. The protection and safety of our homeland and the American people remains our singular focus and mission.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Retard Finder, you heard that? You've been called out. You have to run for office. Saying.
Got my vote.
Yeah, we'll all come vote for you.
Like you're the Braveheart.
I mean, I can see it. I mean, more like the retard heart, but you know.
Hey, whatever. I mean, it's better than what they got.
All right, go ahead, Jake.
I was gonna say he's got his own island. He can be the king tard down there and just clean out Australia, and then
Well, Jinx, he's a retard spider. That's how he found you.
Oh.
Yeah, well.
Truth in his little fifth grader jokes.
I know. It's like
he tried.
He's
He did. I'll give him that.
Gold star. You tried.
A for effort.
Oh, that's
I
generous.
don't know if I'd go
I
with
was gonna give him a
gold
C.
star. I was going to give him a bronze star, but
Bronze star with a
one of the
P
red
for
ones.
participation. Anyway, no, we were on the same path to Europe. I mean, Biden and Harris. I mean, come on, you couldn't have gotten any more feckless, retarded people in office. And then they were run by everybody around them. Well, I mean, you could have probably.
I was about to say, like, Harris Walls was really, really bad. that would have been really bad.
That's my point, right? We were being steered directly into European oblivion. We were about to see everything destroyed with Harris and Tampon Tim. And then Trump came in and the left has freaked out. But what's going to happen? Are we going to get fucked in another couple years and everything get taken away from us?
Hopefully not.
If we don't win the
If our
midterms.
Congress doesn't grow a pair, probably.
Good luck taking shit away from me.
Well, and see, and that's the thing. See, the idea is, and what's his name? The bearded paladin was talking about the attack on national identity, and that's been kind of like the Bolshevik thing that has happened since the end of World War II, because nationalism is evil, when they forget that the Nazis were inheritors of a socialist party and were socialists anyway in their own way. So whatever. We've allowed ourselves to be told that we're bad people because something happened almost 100 years ago now, right? But something else happened 200 years ago or 300 years ago, and there's been atrocities and violence and all this shit happened throughout
If I
history.
wasn't alive when it happened, I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm not sitting here looking at Japan going, how dare you do Pearl Harbor? Like, okay, we already won. Okay, like the Nazis already lost, right? Like everybody using that word, and that's what causes shit like what we saw today. A Muslim retard from Afghanistan that served with our troops shows up here, as the Muslims do, saying Allahu Akbar, and decides to do some damage. They have to all go out of every single Western country. It's not just an American problem. It's a global problem. They need to be evicted, all of them. No Muslim call to prayer in the streets. No Muslims, no mosques on the corner. None of this shit. Get the fuck out, all of them. I don't care where they go, but they can't stay here. That kind of thing.
They're not a religion. They're a death cult. Anyways, there's a couple. There's a couple audio things I wanted to play. I wanted y'all to hear what these fuckers at MS Now, which is just MSNBC rebranding.
I think they got tired of being called MSDNC, so they rebranded.
Yeah.
NBC sold them off.
Whatever. They still suck. All right. Hopefully this plays.
But of course, there's so much controversy happening in the United States.
Is it not playing? Nope.
Allahu Akbar.
No.
Allahu Akbar.
Oh my God.
Okay, let me see. No way it's not playing.
While you figured that out, can I respond to Jake?
Yeah, go for it.
You're 100% on the money. What's going to happen by the time we get to the midterms? If Trump doesn't fucking crush down on this shit, Republicans are going to become apathetic, which they are naturally apathetic, and the Democrats are going to steal back the House, and that is a problem. Like, we want action on shit like illegals and Muslims and Sharia law. We want the CARE to be designated as a terrorist organization, and the Muslim Brotherhood. Like, Americans who voted for Trump voted for change, right? And when he's smothering things like the Epstein files, and he's alienating people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, have been his friends since 2015.
He stabbed him in the back. What are you talking
He's
about?
creating apathy. He's going to create apathy. It won't be because Americans don't feel like they're better off. It'll be like the Republicans who are already apathetic by nature will just not come out because they don't need change, but they're not like motivated. And I think it's a big threat that if he doesn't replace certain people like Kash Patel and Bondi, right? I think and doesn't get real results in the next 6 months, I think we're in a situation where Republicans who are content will stay at home, Republicans who are pissed off will stay at home, and the Democrats will all come out because they need their pensions, they need their welfare, they need their government jobs. They will always come out, and Republicans will get lazy, and we will see a what's it called, a dead duck term, or what is it? What's the term for like the lame duck?
Lame duck. Yeah.
Lame duck 2 years. You know, where he cannot pass any legislation because we all fucking stayed at home because we got pissed off because he said Epstein, you know, was not a real thing. Like, because that pissed me off. I know a lot of people that I talk to, you know, like don't think that Epstein is a joke. We want all the pedos exposed and arrested, right?
People walking around with
so that was a
uniforms,
big voting thing. And there's lots of things that Trump's doing right now that are alienating his base because the people around him are cancerous. And
well, actually, I have to disagree with you.
Hold on, I got a comment. Basically, Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's still with people, Long and Massey, who's calling Trump a pedophile. How is she his friend in the first place?
But of course, you know,
exactly. I mean,
passion's the enemy. No.
Yeah. So these people have stood.
I agree on Bondi,
but yeah, Bondi can go suck an egg, but I mean, MTG. I mean, yeah, she's kind of wishy washy, and she always decides to stand with the left when somehow we need her on our side. Same thing with Massey.
She was on the View.
MTG's a fraud.
Oh yeah. How much money did she make again? 24 million. Is that what she's up to? You know, it was her son's stock trades, but then they were hers. You know.
This is what I keep telling people. Just because they say some nice words with the word MAGA in it does not mean they're actually MAGA. I don't know how many people have to keep proving this. I mean, latest example, it does not mean anything.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
so when it comes to midterms, make sure who you're voting for. What have they done? Just because they say MAGA does not mean anything.
Well, and we don't even know what's going to happen between now and midterms, and we've had two terrorist attacks, right? We've had Charlie Kirk, and then we've had now this in D.C. I think we've had another one since then, before then too.
Right now with ICE, who are also wearing uniforms.
I don't think they're going to stop, and that's what's going to push things to escalate. And Trump's going to have to do something other than try and appease the monsters.
Quit appeasing. Do it.
You're 100% correct. I'm not saying who's wrong or right.
Of course,
what I'm saying is bifurcation of the right. So it doesn't matter who wins or loses whatever battle you're talking about, or it's the MJT crowd or the Tucker Carlson crowd versus the Trump crowd, or like what we're seeing is a situation where the right is being bifurcated, right? And you can make your own mind up about who is stoking that. But we're seeing a situation where our once united party is breaking into like little shards, and we're like, well, if that person runs, we're not going to vote for them, like because they chose a side. We're dividing ourselves in a way that will gift power at the midterms to the Democrats, who we know will 100% come out in massive force, and they will cheat in every fucking election that doesn't have voter ID, right? They will fucking swamp it because Democrats will cheat every chance they get, but Republicans are now eating themselves. That's my point.
Well,
it's not
that's
a fight.
controversy happening
It's not a
in the
fight
United
between
States
allies. It's a
right
fight
now.
against snakes in the grass.
All right.
Both
Well,
are agreeing.
And the
All right.
GOP is useless.
yeah.
Hello.
You're fighting against snakes in the grass.
So I hear you, Sippy.
Okay. So I think I got it. Did y'all hear it?
But of course, there's
No.
so much controversy happening in the.
You don't hear that?
Wait, play
I
it
was
again.
just playing.
But of course, there's so much controversy happening in the United States right now with ICE, who are also wearing uniforms and wearing masks, and so there's you don't know people walking around with uniforms. In an American city, there are some Americans that might object to that, and so apparently this shooting has happened.
Yeah, that was MS Now
Yep.
or MSNBC.
Yep. I heard that bullshit earlier. Stupid.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know why it was taking so long to get that shit to play back through my mic.
Some point out he was talking about the division of the right. Just real quick, there was a poll.
You cut out.
That just came out. They pointed it out on the news. Anderson.
Cut out during part of it.
Yeah, I think you're
enrolled.
So, what do you guys think is gonna happen now?
What's gonna happen?
Martial law and DC for starters.
Well, I meant do you think the GOP will finally get their shit together and maybe do something about it?
No.
Knowing their track record, I doubt it.
No, they're worthless.
Yeah.
All right. We got 2 minutes left, and I want to end on this. See if anybody recognizes this.
Yeah. Another day, another tragedy. Enough is enough is what we say, repeating it like a melody. I want those words to mean how they're intended. Definitions of words shouldn't be bended. This can still be mended. That's why I wrote this rap, so please send it. Enough is what we say. When will be the day when this country means what they say? More slaughter. Thought you media made Charlie the martyr. So enough really meant enough. Think of it like next could be your daughter. Yeah, don't get it twisted. I'm not calling for violence or gun control. Just want consistency in your message, not just a passage in your media history. Are we here to take a stand? Push our leaders and get people to vote for the right men and women. Hold these evil hearts accountable. I really want to know. We need to know. Enough is what we say. When will be the day when this country means what they say? More slaughter. I thought you media made Charlie the martyr. So enough really meant enough. Think of it like next could be your daughter. You see these words, it's not what I want to say, but it's what I felt I need to say. I hope to plant a
That was a long ass song. It's not over either. That was Truth's little Truth Hurts. I just put it in the jumbo.
Fuck yeah.
That was his AI generated song.
Great job.
It sounded like AI generated Hollywood Undead.
Probably what he was going for, honestly.
Mm.
That was AI generated?
Yeah, it's only halfway through it, but yeah.
That's fucking amazing, man. It's so scary.
Now the
Hey, Truth, do you sing?
Truth usually writes the lyrics to the songs.
Yeah.
So did you write the lyrics to that one?
Yeah, I did for that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So he writes the lyrics and then he has AI generate the beat.
Do you use Suno?
Okay. So you don't just give it a prompt that says, I want a rap song that's basically shitting on our situation, and then it just spat that out. Like you write the lyrics and then it put it to a Green Day song. Is that what happened?
Essentially, yeah.
Eventually wrote the lyrics into like a rap rock tune. Especially what
Yeah, that was new metal. That wasn't Green Day.
Yeah.
Definitely not Green Day. That was a mix of like Linkin Park and I don't know, quite a few other inspirational things in there. I actually think it was really, really, really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can finish listening to it if you want up in the jumbo. It's in the jumbo.
Can you sing?
Go for it, Truth. Hot cross
Let's see you sing
buns.
it.
Hot cross buns. Oh, what?
Oh my goodness.
Oh. But yeah, I kind of wanted to end on that note because it's just like, been a heavy day. Heavy day.
Yeah.
Hey, have you guys ever heard of or listened to Resident Anti-Hero? No? I thought
think
they were
so.
from like the Seattle area, like the upper west coast area or something like that. But
I've never heard of them.
Resident Anti-Hero. Yeah, they were kind of underground. You might want to check some of them out. And sorry, forgive me. I just have one more question because I'm taking a poll like all across the internet. Do you guys listen to IDEA? EYEDEA?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Never heard of them.
Just
Never
never
heard
heard
of
of
them.
these guys.
Wow. All right. Wow. Okay. Great. Awesome. Okay.
Can I say before you shut down the space, we should all be thinking about the families of those two National Guard guys that were killed today, the woman and the man.
They're still alive.
assassinated.
Last we heard.
They're still.
Thank God.
There was initial
The Jedi.
reports. There were initial reports that they died, but then they walked those back. They're just in critical condition still.
Oh, they walked that back.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Well, I hope they survive, and my thoughts and prayers are with them. And regardless of what we're angry about or where we sit on the political spectrum, there is nobody that deserves to be assassinated. Just because they're doing their job, and there are good and bad cops. There are good and bad politicians, but nobody deserves to go out that way. So,
You guys, it was a rough day here in DC, and I'm sitting here in my warehouse right outside the city with my freaking, condition one ready. Like this is big what's going on here, and like nobody is under any delusions as to what this is really all about. We know exactly what's happening here. This is an attempted overthrow, and it was started out by the seditious six with their video. That was their trumpet call to start a revolution to overthrow this country.
Yep. Yep.
And so there's no lack of that thinking here in DC. I just want to affirm.
my point was, regardless of who's to blame, because I don't think those six people, wanted a national guardsman to be killed. They might be assholes, and I think they are assholes, but I don't think that was their intent. And our thoughts should be with those poor people and their families who are probably having a real bad night.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree. I agree that those people need our prayers, and all that stuff. But we're also going to keep our eyes on the prize here, and we're going to realize what's at stake. And I would disagree with you that we know what's happening here. We know what this is all about. These people are essentially trying to overthrow the American government.
I actually think they're like it's like they're like the what was that show called with the kids at school, like a drama club? I think all Democrats are like fake. They just get in front of cameras and they're like acting out, like Glee. That was the show. The
Uh,
show that fucking ruined America. I think the entire fucking Democratic Party is like Glee, the Glee Club. They're just they're just full of fucking shit. They dance and the media loves whatever they say and they fucking amplify it. And most Americans think they're a fucking bunch of wankers.
yeah, it's Glee, but the people who are funding the Glee Club are communist China and some globalist Marxists.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. I know there's so here's my opinion about American Democrats. I think they're just performative, right? Like they actually don't believe in anything. They get told by their donors what to do, and there are puppeteers controlling them. It makes me fucking despise them, like those 6 idiots that we're talking about. But the reality is, unless we can identify who is controlling them, who are the donors that are controlling the Democrat Party, we're never going to get a fucking resolution, because you can print out a new AOC. She was basically, she was run out of like a America's Got Talent exercise, and they basically go, "Do you want to run for politics?" And they printed her out.
Trust me, we know who's funding.
Okay. Muted the space.
We're gonna close out.
Did say we're closing out. Vanilla, I'm gonna let you get your last words in, and then I'm gonna end it out with the Truth song. Just finish playing it. Hey. I agree. All right, cool. Go for it, Vanilla.
Our captive audience.
Thank you, brother. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Copy that. I just wanted to thank you guys for the space. Man, God bless everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, I got a good friend, a real patriot, amazing veteran, a Marine. His name's Chris Lozano of the Chris Lozano Band. If you guys listen to him, he just actually drops some amazing music. Just phenomenal guy, unbelievable legend in Afghanistan. All I gotta say is amazing guy. I know he's going through some rough times. God bless you, brother. Thank you for your service to this nation. Thank you for everything that you've done for this country. Unbelievable people like that are what make this country great. Thank you, everyone who served. Thank you to all who didn't, and love this country with all of your heart, souls, and more. And may God exude grace and kindness on all of us and our families. And I pray for all of your wellness. And God bless you guys. And I yield.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So Sip's gonna play the song.
Hopefully it plays.
Thank everybody for coming. Yeah, hopefully. Want to thank everybody for coming tonight. Great conversation, and I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Yep.
And we will be back live on Sunday, 5 Pacific, so an hour later or an hour earlier than this space. And then I'm going to be on the grand jury. Truth is as well, and I'll be broadcasting that live on my X account on Friday night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific.
Yeah,
That
and
should be fun.
woo, go visit our website, go to the merch store, do all kinds of cool stuff. Let's see if I can get this thing to play. Nope. What the fuck? It was just playing. Literally doesn't make any sense.
Oh, Sippy fail.
Hang on, I'm gonna get it. Think I'm playing.
I'm gonna back out, but I gotta say you're a good folk, and I'll be back.
Thank you.
Aha, I got it.
It was playing.
Words, it's not what I want to say, but it's what I felt I need to say. I hope to plant a seed deep in every patriot. Prayers for the innocents, yet where's the actions past this? I don't call for violence, and we must unify. This must come from the top down. The larger influences have the highest reach. country means what they say. Oh, more slaughter. I thought you media made Charlie the martyr. So enough really meant enough. Think of it like next could be your daughter. Thank you for listening to this rap. I wrote it all from scrap, from the heart in my mind. I wanna be kind, but the truth needs to be told, even if it could come off as a little cold. But we must be bold. We say enough is enough. I pray for the day this country means what they say.